Let's walk through how the grievance process works at NWAC. Keep in mind, this training is for Title IX and the VAWA offenses, so first, let's look at the difference between Title IX and Clery proceedings. The Title IX process is called the grievance process. For Clery offenses, those are handled through the Code of Student Conduct and referred to as conduct proceedings. Both processes are very similar. They follow the same flow and include the same components. However, only Title IX requires a live hearing. That's the key difference to keep in mind as we move forward. So, how does the process start? The process kicks off the moment a report is submitted. Once it's received, the report is reviewed and directed down the appropriate path. If supportive measures are needed, they're put in place. For Title IX cases, the Title IX coordinator determines what those measures will be. For conduct cases, it's either the Director of Community Standards or the Dean of Students who makes that call. From there, the reporting party decides if they want to try an informal resolution or move forward with a formal complaint. In some cases, the Title IX coordinator may determine the allegation is a severe enough threat to the college community that they will file the formal complaint even if the reporting party chooses not to. It's also possible for the complaint to be dismissed at this point. If it moves forward, Title IX goes to investigation, then live hearing, conduct goes to investigation, and if the responding party is found responsible, it moves to sanctions. In both processes, both parties have the right to appeal the outcome. Now let's clarify the key roles. Who's involved? Reporting party, the person who says they've experienced conduct that could qualify as sexual harassment. It could be a student, employee, or community member. They must be participating in or attempting to participate in NWAC's education program or activity. Sometimes, there may be more than one reporting party. Responding party, the alleged perpetrator of conduct that could constitute sexual harassment. They could also be a student, employee, community member, or someone outside the NWAC community. Keep in mind, NWAC's response options may be limited for those outside the college. There may be more than one responding party. Witnesses are individuals that are identified in the grievance process as having information that may support or refute allegations of sexual harassment. Witnesses may be identified by either party or NWAC. They could have first-hand knowledge regarding allegations or may have information that could be helpful in the investigation. There could be more than one witness. Expert witnesses may also be called. Upon receipt of a report of sexual harassment, the Title IX coordinator and/or Title IX deputy or designee will promptly contact the reporting party to discuss the availability of and the reporting party's wishes with respect to supportive measures, explain the processes for informal resolutions and filing a formal complaint, discuss the reporting party's concerns or questions regarding whether or not they want to move forward with an administrative process, and filing a police report. During the intake assessment, the Title IX coordinator will confirm the identity of the individual accused of the misconduct and identify any individuals who may have seen, heard, or have relevant knowledge about the incident. Assess whether the reported behavior, if true, would violate college policy or Title IX regulations. Evaluate whether the reporting party or campus community is in immediate danger and identify any emotional distress requiring urgent support or intervention. Inform the reporting party about their right to access medical care and preserve evidence, including forensic exams, which may be time-sensitive. Preservation of evidence is vital even if the party doesn't want to pursue a formal complaint or legal action at the time. They may change their mind later. Ensure the incident is reported to the Department of Public Safety so it can be recorded in the institution's daily crime log, as required by the Clery Act. Work collaboratively with DPS to determine whether the situation poses an ongoing threat to the campus community and requires a timely warning. Evaluate whether the alleged conduct occurred in an educational program or activity in the United States and meets the criteria under the current Title IX definition. Deliver a written explanation of the reporting party's rights and available resources, including accommodations, reporting options, and support services. Describe the formal grievance process, supportive measures, and any applicable informal resolution options in a way that is easy to understand. Explain that they may have an advisor of their choice, including an attorney, present at all stages of the process, and explain how that works. Check for any previous complaints or reports involving the same responding party that may indicate a pattern of behavior. Discuss reporting party's preference for manner of resolution and barriers. Ask the reporting party how they would like to move forward: formal complaint, informal resolution, or no action, and discuss any concerns or barriers they face in doing so. Make clear that retaliation against anyone involved in the process is strictly prohibited and will result in disciplinary action if it occurs. Verify the age of the reporting party. If under 18, assess if mandatory reporting laws apply, and if so, make the required report to Child Protective Services or law enforcement. To remain in compliance with the Stop Campus Hazing Act, assess whether the incident may involve hazing, especially if it relates to organizational or group activities, and ensure compliance with anti-hazing policies and Stop Campus Hazing reporting laws. Supportive measures may be issued pending an investigation of the allegations. Supportive measures may be provided for any member of the NWAC community, including students and/or employees, and may be provided regardless of whether formal disciplinary action is sought by the reporting party or the college, and regardless of whether the crime is reported to the campus Department of Public Safety or local law enforcement. Supportive measures may be issued even when a complaint does not fall within Title IX jurisdiction. Supportive measures were outlined in Section 3. In some instances, an emergency removal is necessary. The Title IX coordinator, in consultation with the Title IX team, Behavioral Review Team, Department of Police and Public Safety, and other college leadership as appropriate, retains the right to remove a responding party from the college campus, academic setting, programs, and/or activities on an emergency basis. A responding party may be removed on an emergency basis when, based on an individualized safety and risk analysis, the college determines that an immediate threat to the physical health or safety of any individual arising from the allegations of sexual harassment justifies removal. After they have determined the conduct could fall under Title IX, the Title IX coordinator will determine if the alleged conduct occurred within Title IX jurisdiction. Title IX applies to conduct that occurs within the college's education programs or activities, including locations, events, or circumstances over which the college exercises substantial control over both the responding party and the context in which an incident of sexual harassment occurs. For example, if the conduct took place during a student travel trip that was sponsored by NWAC or an event sponsored by NWAC, those would fall under Title IX. This includes any building owned or controlled by student organizations which are officially recognized by the college. It also includes computer and internet networks, digital platforms, and computer hardware or software owned or operated by or used in the operations of the college. Title IX may also apply to sexual harassment that occurs outside the college's programs or activities when, at the discretion of the Title IX coordinator and/or Title IX team. 1. There is close proximity between the reported conduct and the college community. 2. There is a sufficient connection between the reported conduct and the college's programs or activities. And/or 3. The reported conduct has alleged continuing adverse effects or creates a hostile environment on campus or in the college's programs or activities. Remember, Title IX applies only in the United States. It does not cover study abroad. However, such conduct would be covered under other processes at NWAC. What if it's not Title IX? Allegations of discrimination and other misconduct on the basis of sex that are not covered by Title IX may be governed by other college policies or processes, including but not limited to the Student Code of Conduct, the Student Grievance Procedures, the Employee Handbook, the Faculty Code of Conduct, the college's policy on equal opportunity, non-discrimination, anti-harassment, and non-retaliation. Title IX complaints may be dismissed for the following reasons. The alleged conduct, even if proven, wouldn't be considered sexual harassment under Title IX, may be referred to other processes. Or, the conduct didn't occur within the college's educational program or activity, or the conduct didn't occur in the United States, may be referred to other processes. Or, the reporting party withdraws the complaint, or there is insufficient evidence. Upon the filing of a formal complaint, whether by a reporting party or the Title IX coordinator, the college will proceed with one of the following options. Proceed with an investigation under the formal resolution process, proceed with alternative resolution, or refer the matter to another college office for resolution, as appropriate, if the Title IX coordinator determines that it is outside the scope and jurisdiction of Title IX. If an informal resolution, also referred to as alternative resolution, is decided upon, there are a few guidelines to keep in mind. It must be a voluntary, remedies-based resolution. It is available only after the filing of a formal complaint. It requires written consent of the reporting party and responding party, and it may be pursued at any time after the formal complaint is filed. Alternative resolution is not available where the responding party is a college employee and the reporting party is a student. Formal resolutions, covered in future sections, includes investigation, live hearing, written notice of outcome, sanctions and remedies, appeal. That is the end of this section. The next section will walk you through formal investigations,